Hey, I'm Eric, I'm the explorer.
I'm Phil, I'm the folklorist.
And together we are setting out across the Empire State to explore the haunts and legends of New York.
Largely forgotten by drivers who pass by on Genesee Street, the building Bagg Square Park near the Children's Museum in downtown Utica has a rich and important history. The building bears a dedication to the city itself, Utica, an honorable and patriotic city from the earliest days. Let us keep up its high standards. But what is the real story of the building, and what does it look like inside? The answers may surprise you quite a bit as we explore the Mystery Monument at Bagg Square Park.
Well, Phil, today I want to tell you a story about that building and that park right there. We're in Utica, in Bagg Square. People pass over on Genesee Street, and I bet they don't know anything about that building.
Now, I've seen that. According to the plaque on the side, isn't that like a replica of Bagg's Tavern?
Bagg's Tavern, Bagg's Hotel. I don't know what that building is.
Now, one thing I have heard about this is since it's on where the old hotel used to be, there are some bootlegger tunnels that used to carry the bootleg whiskey and stuff underneath because it would run to the speakeasies and some of the other, and then the hotel itself. What do you think about that?
It's certainly plausible in Utica's Sin City history. Well, let's see if we can't get inside and learn what that building is all about.
Definitely.
All right, Phil, this is a building I've wanted to look inside for years and years and years, and we're finally getting our first look inside. Wow. This is something. Look at the molding. Look at the glasswork here on the windows. Just need a moment to take this in.
Brilliant architecture.
Yeah. And we are here with Jerry from the Elven Society of Utica, who helps maintain the building, also Christmas on Main Street.
That's correct.
And Jerry, would you be nice enough to kind of show us around the building some of the hidden corners?
Sure. There's one particular thing that we need to talk about. It's over in that corner behind that door. A full-size walk-in safe.
Really?
That was originally intended to store records for the Bagg Square Hotel. It was here before this building.
Yes.
Joe Bettini can tell you more about that. But it's kind of interesting. Right now, we can't get it open. The lock has actually been removed, but it's probably frozen in its frame. But that's an interesting feature of the building.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, I never
course,
knew.
There is a fold downstairs, which you can see at any point that you're interested.
And I see a fireplace here. Was this, so I know the Proctor family kind of built this as a memorial, and I guess we can talk with Joe a little bit more about the history, but was this actually intended for any kind of living space, or this is just kind of for, I don't want to say display, but...
Well, to my knowledge, it was never intended for living space. And in all the years that we've been in and out this building, we've never seen this fireplace operational. But when some of the work was done on the roof, the chimney wasn't repaired.
Okay.
You know, in theory, it may work.
Well, for being with the organization that does Christmas on Main Street, we have to have a place for Santa to arrive every Christmas. All right, let's take a look deeper in the building.
It is very easy to see how they could come up with that idea that there's the bootlegger tunnels under here. I mean, what was the original space down here?
As long as I have been accessing the building, this is pretty much it, other than we've seen the wall deteriorate over the years. You know, I don't know of any special access or anything of that nature.
It's just very interesting space, and I mean, you have the steel stairs rather than...
Yeah. Plus, all of these beams are concrete over steel.
Whoa.
And if you don't...
They really did make this thing...
Up like a fortress,
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
right.
Joe, so we're here to talk about what I would call the Bagg Square Park. And we've walked into the park, we see the building. Now there's a plaque that says Bagg's Tavern. Is that building Bagg's Tavern?
No, absolutely not. Bagg's Tavern is long gone. So if you're looking for a drink, it's not there.
Is that building Bagg's Hotel?
No, Bagg's Hotel is long gone. The stone wall around that area is the footprint of Bagg's Hotel.
Is that building a replica of either of those two?
Neither that. However, inside the Memorial Building, it's called Proctor Memorial Building, there is a replica of a room that used to be in Bagg's Hotel.
Really?
That's what they say. And the room was made such by Mariah Proctor. Mariah Proctor, the Proctors owned the rights to that park and the hotel. And in 1932, Utica kind of moved southerly, and we don't have all the hubbub going on in Bagg Square area anymore. The Bagg Hotel became a second-rate hotel, started to go downhill, and you had the Hotel Hamilton, Hotel Utica, and more nicer hotels being built. So Mariah Proctor, who owned the mortgage to the hotel, decided that it was time to dismantle the hotel.
Okay.
Raise the hotel. And so when she did that, she built this memorial building as a memorial to her husband, Thomas Proctor, who was the largest benefactor, biggest benefactor in the city of Utica for years.
So
Now, this is the kind of interesting thing.
well, actually, can I jump in and ask about the room first?
Okay, so supposedly, the room you
Right. Well, so you're saying that the room inside, from the fireplace to the woodworking, the paneling, that's meant to resemble a room in the original Bagg Square Hotel?
that the Proctors used to stay in when their home, their mansion, was being refurbished.
Wow.
When it was being remodeled, they would move there while the work was being done. And they loved that room, and so she had the building built to look like that room. That's
Fascinating.
why the fireplace is in there.
Sorry,
Now,
Phil, go ahead.
one of the very interesting bits of folklore that's floating around out there is that this building is kind of Utica, Sin City era. So, and due to its proximity to the river and the canals and transportation ways, there's this lore out there saying that there's bootlegger tunnels that are underneath this building. Is this actually, because it's in the footprint of the old hotel, is there any connection there?
Never read, never heard, have never seen any such thing. You're going to find history is full of mysteries. And that's what makes history interesting
Yes.
sometimes, is the mysteries and the myths that are built up.
So, but the construction of this building, it's almost built like a bank. In fact, there's even a safe in there. What was this memorial building originally intended to hold?
It's not a safe, and the building itself, as you walk in, was not intended to hold anything except memorabilia from Bagg's Hotel. And that safe, it's in the far right corner as you walk in the building. That would be the southeast corner of the building. It's more like a walk-in closet. I've been in it. You haven't been in it
No.
because the door is now, you can't open beyond the oak door, it has an oak door. Beyond the oak door is a steel door. And that steel door has a
Combination.
combination lock, and somehow it's locked. I was in it before that happened, and it's like a walk-in closet, really is what it is. and shelving, and they were going to store some of the memorabilia there. Well, after the park was built, the hotel was demolished, the park was established, and the memorial building was built. Lo and behold, where's the memorabilia? Now I'm told that there's one register book. Now this is interesting because all of the important people who stayed at that hotel, can you imagine a register with all their signatures, how important that would be?
Yes.
There's one of those registers at the Utica County Historical Society, I'm told. I have not seen it yet, but maybe we can go up there.
Maybe we can go and find that.
Find that.
That's another quick question about the park area. So it was, you said Proctor owned, the Proctor family had the mortgage on the hotel. They decided to tear it down. They built the memorial building, the Proctor Memorial Building. So when did the city take that over? Or was it given then to the city?
Immediately given to the city. Mariah died a year later.
Okay.
Mariah died in 1933. This was in 32. Oh, wait a minute. She died in 35. I'm sorry. She died in 35. This was in 33 when this happened. She gave it to the city, just donated it to the city. And Mariah decided to die because she realized I was born in 34. The history of Utica is safe with him. So she left it all to me. That's why I'm here talking about it with you.
That's great.
Now, here's a good one. What is the deal? What's the plaque that we have above, up in the peak? What is the meaning of that?
I'm glad you mentioned that. That is, I wish I had a copy of it here because I don't remember it verbatim, but it talks about the high standards of Utica and how we should completely preserve all our history and the high standards, and we should watch for that. And there's a little psalm verse underneath that little message, which is amusing to me because you don't see anything to do with the Bible in any public place.
Right.
And it was in memory to her husband, who was such a benefactor to Utica. The list is just endless of the things he did for Utica. The park system. I mean, just think of all the land. He'd buy up land and give it to the city for a park. We don't have those kind of benefactors anymore, I'm afraid, that do that kind of thing. So that was put there in honor of her husband and to tell people for generations, we have to preserve our history.
Phil, I'm fascinated by the history that we learned about the Proctor Memorial Building.
Yeah, not only was it built as just a memorial, but it was built to house memorial objects, including specifically from the Bagg Hotel itself.
I don't care what they say about not having any artifacts left of that hotel. I still want in that safe someday.
That would be very interesting. However, Joe did say that it was empty.
But you don't know until you get into the safe. Hey, if you like this episode of Haunts and Legends of New York, give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, and in the comments below, tell us where else we need to investigate.